Every generation is wiser than the generation before. I like to think that this generation is more self-aware, has a desire to correct self-limiting beliefs, and is conscious about limiting survival-like behaviors which no longer serve them in their growth. Many think that when we see a scenario, we are really reacting to that scenario, when in reality, we've already made a prediction about that event based on our previous concepts, our history, stories that we all created in our past. We do it for our survival. For example, what if we are walking in the jungle and do not react till we see the tiger? It might be too late. The tiger is already upon us, right? Versus proactively, from our learned history, we realize that the jungle could mean danger, like pouncing tigers, so we better be ready. Take this forward into our day-to-day lives, and we use the same survival techniques. Here's how it works. Prior to experiencing an actual event, we already anticipate ahead of time the feelings, the reaction, and the possible outcome. We are predicting how the situation will play out and our emotions around it. Where this backfires is if the prediction we have is wrong. So I ask you as leaders, what predictions are you carrying around and using to forecast the outcome of your conversations, your meetings, your success? What are the predictions you are making that may be self-limiting? That every time you ask for a promotion or a raise, it is a contentious and demanding conversation. That every time you have a conversation with Sally on her inability to delegate as a senior leader, or Sam regarding his performance, it is a destructive, difficult, and almost futile conversation. How can we show up instead? By making a different prediction? By assuming a positive or different outcome? By having our bodies relax, less tense, with maybe a softer tone in our voice, and being open to listening, to truly listen to understand. And by predicting and expecting that the conversation will go smoother, easier, and less tenuous. Matt or Twiana, what predictions are you becoming aware of in your day-to-day that you would like to modify to have one, a more pleasing experience, or two, improve or change the outcome?
Yes, Kimberly. So, what predictions are we making? Leaders, believe it, we are entering the second quarter of 2023. As you assess productivity, performance, and life goals, what predictions are you making for the remainder of the year? It's important to check, to assess, and to verify, are you accomplishing achievements as you predicted? If yes, celebrate. Acknowledge and recognize the wins. If not, what strategies are in place to make positive change happen? As you check, assess, and verify, remember, this is a point in time that influences the future. Be candid with yourself. Utilize the window and the mirror approach. Leaders entrenched in self-awareness import vital information from the window. These are external, professional, and personal key performance indicators. So as you think about that tiger, what are others telling you about that tiger, your engagements with that tiger, how to defeat, obliterate, or even tame that tiger? Also, use the approach from the mirror. These are internal, key professional and personal performance indicators. So as you take a look, build your self-awareness. What are you saying about that tiger? Have you seen this tiger before? Have you tamed it in the past? Have you obliterated so it no longer is going to pursue you? Use both approaches as you check, assess, and verify. Motivate your predictions to fruition. Make them self-fulfilling. What are those external and internal key performance, personal, professional indicators telling you? Utilize the appropriate tools as you check, assess, and verify. See the links below to help you as you self-fulfill your predictions. So, Matt, what are you sharing about this topic today?
Well, Twiana, yes, this is such an important topic. Our brains are wired to predict what will happen next. And one of the things I've noticed in my work with the Enneagram is that each Enneagram type focuses on different possible futures. Some people are more focused on possible dangers in the environment, like you mentioned, looking out for tigers. But others are focused more on people and trying to anticipate other people's needs and meeting those needs. Still others are looking out for situations where they can achieve a success, whatever that may mean for them. Each Enneagram type has a different take, and it's really important to understand that because you can't assume that your own focus is the same as somebody else's. And you can't assume that your perspective is any more correct than other people's points of view. So what's the number one thing that you can do going into a situation where you'll be working with other people? Like you said, Kimberly, just relax and listen. Because if you actually listen to people and their point of view, then you can understand them and learn from them. And then you can start to reframe your own position, especially if you know what your own personal biases are. I know I need to check my bias about looking for risks far into the future while I'm listening closely to what others are thinking and feeling. Doing so, we can collectively decide what we'll think and feel, what we think and feel are the likely outcomes. And the more perspectives that we include, the better our overall predictions of what was going to happen will be. If you don't impose your own prediction on other people and you collectively decide the best path forward, you'll achieve more buy-in from everybody you're working with. And here's the best news of all. When you collectively make that decision, you can actually create the future together. You can make your future come true. It all starts with listening. Thank you so much.